And now we can get going. So welcome everybody to this class. It's called Tai Chi for Health. So if you thought that this was a martial arts class, it's not quite. This is a class where we use the movements of Tai Chi and Qigong, which are two Chinese exercise systems, along with the principles of Tai Chi, which is a martial art, to improve our health. We can improve our muscle strength and our control over our muscles. We can control our flexibility, the ability of our joints to move. And we can improve our balance so that we're less likely to fall. We can even improve our mood, feeling happier, and hopefully we can have a little fun along the way. You'll need a little space around you in this class, but you don't have to memorize anything. We're going to take a step or two in each direction at most. I want you to just follow along, be my mirror image. You don't have to memorize anything. And my only rule is don't fall down. So if at any point you need to lean on something for support, or if you need to sit for a short time or the entire class, that's fine. You can still get a lot out of the class by moving what you can move within your comfort zone and imagining or visualizing the movement with the rest of your body. So if we're doing a movement that today your body says, I can't do, just visualize that you're doing it fully. It gets your brain connected to the rest of your body. When they do studies about what activity is going on in the brain, when you visualize doing any activity, that part of the brain engaged in doing that activity is turned on. So anyway, with all that being said, don't fall down also includes keeping any small animals out from under your feet. So now we can begin. We're going to start by breathing. We're going to bring our feet together as close as comfortable for you. Bring our hands to our lower abdomen. And we're just going to breathe. We're going to inhale and exhale. But I want you to breathe from the diaphragm so your belly expands as you inhale. It gets a little smaller as you exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now this helps turn on the parasympathetic nervous system. Inhale and exhale. That's what helps your body relax. It's what gets your blood vessels opened up. It also helps you feel less pain. So we're going to do one more inhale and hold it at the top just for a moment. Now let it out with a sigh. You may actually feel your shoulders drop as you sigh. Next, we're going to start moving. As we inhale, our hands float up shoulder high. As we exhale, they float down. Inhale and exhale. Now, my prompting the breath might bother you, and if it does, that's fine. Just ignore me and continue to breathe normally. This time, we're going to bring our hands all the way up top and slowly, slowly down in front. We're going to step out to the side so our feet are shoulder width apart. We're going to start lubricating our joints. We're going to inhale and our hands float up. Exhale, they float down. We soften the waist and knees. Do a little mini squat. This is the Tai Chi movement called Open the Door. Now, I mentioned that we use the principles of Tai Chi throughout the class. There are a lot of principles to Tai Chi, but I boil them down to 4 specific ones in terms of body movement. The first one is we're moving slowly and smoothly, as if there were a resistance to our movement by the air. We're conscious of the movement. We want our mind connected with the movement, so it's mindful. And we're also going to be very mindful of our weight distribution on our feet. We'll get to that in a few moments. We're now going to modify this Tai Chi movement and turn it into a Qigong movement. We're going to reach up to the ceiling and then come down, coordinating the breath. We inhale as we come up, exhale as we come down. It's like a good morning stretch, getting our shoulders and our arms just moving. The movement that we're doing is so that we can lubricate the synovial joints. You've got fluid in those joints that both lubricates the joints and nourishes the tissues. So when you move, you're actually improving your joints. We're now going to modify this Qigong movement called holding up the sky. We're going to connect the sky and the earth. So now one arm goes up, the other goes down. If you want, you can lean to the side a little bit, start doing a weight transfer. But always stay in your comfort zone. If something hurts, don't do it. Go to the limit of your comfort and then imagine doing it farther. And we're now connecting the sky and the earth. We're now going to go make an even bigger side step. We're going to do a Qigong movement with a dragon in it. So we're going to turn to the side as one arm reaches out to the side, the other goes behind. Coordinate the breath. You inhale as you come to center. You exhale as you stretch to the side. Now you can turn as far or as little as you want. Always stay in your comfort zone. Here I'm going to point out though, if you turn far, don't leave your back heel on the floor because you'll twist your knee. It's very important not to twist joints that are designed to simply bend. People can end up with a lot of knee pain if they don't keep mindful of the way the body is structured. Now we're going to leave our arms in front of us as we swing the dragon's tail. First we spread its wings, now we swing the tail. But as we're doing this, we're shifting our weight from side to side. So I want you to feel that weight transfer. We're now going to stretch our tail. We're going to raise our hands up to the side. Now come in and go to the other side. Another Qigong movement. This time we're going to bring our back foot out as we balance on one leg to do that. This has multiple purposes. First, it's widening the hip joint. People, if they just sit all the time, their joints tend to freeze up. But we're trying to get these joints to move just a little more. I think we've stretched our tail enough. We're going to take the dragon for a nice swim because it's been so kind to us. As we come across, the heels go across at the eye level and at the heart level and at the belly button level. The swimming dragon, there are many different versions of the swimming dragon, as there are of all Qigong movements. You go online and look at Qigong movements. There are a plethora of them. And there are usually half a dozen different ways of doing any particular movement. And they're all fine, as long as you don't hurt yourself. We're going to go for a different swim now. We're going to bring our hands up to the side and look over the back shoulder. This is sometimes just called the swimming dragon. One teacher calls it the dragon turns its head. We can take the dragon for a deep dive. And I like to do this just so I can feel all those muscles that I'm not normally moving. Very seldom are you reaching down to the side, although this is the movement when I'm picking up something when I'm sitting at a desk. It's the one that pulls my back out. So practicing the swimming dragon helps me avoid that fate. Think the dragons have done enough. We're going to stop. We're going to sink the chi. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to start swinging. Again, shifting our weight consciously from foot to foot. We're going to do a series of balance movements. We're going to start by bringing out a heel one at a time and then bringing it back. So we're balancing on our standing leg as we bring one leg forward. If you need to hold on to something while you do it, that's fine. Or if you're seated, just bring the leg out in front. Now we're going to bring the hand over the foot, same side. Now the other side. Now both hands over the foot. And over the other foot. And this is the Tai Chi movement called play the pipa. Usually called play the guitar. The pipa is a Chinese stringed instrument, sort of like a guitar or a oud or a mandolin. Now we have strummed our lute. We're going to go back to swinging. We're going to bring our toe out this side, this time, and back. Now the other toe. Now we're going to do a bow toward the toe and a bow toward the other toe. Now we're going to point at the toe as we bow. This is the Tai Chi movement. Doesn't look like a Tai Chi movement, but it's called the needle at the bottom of the sea. And we're going to go back to swinging. We're going to do another toe movement. We're going to bring out our toe, bring it back. Now the other toe. And now we're going to bring our hand out, the palm facing up over the toe. And now the other hand is going to pat the horse that we're feeding an apple to. This is another Tai Chi movement, and it's called high pat the horse. We're going to go back to swinging. We got a bunch more of our balance movements to do. Next one is going to be a bird movement. We're going to start by bringing one hand up in front of the face. I'm going to do just 1 foot at a time, one side at a time here. Next, we're going to bring our foot in on the ball of the foot. Now we're going to raise that knee. This is the golden rooster stands on one leg. Sometimes called the golden phoenix stands on one leg, but usually the rooster. Now we're going to go to the other side. We always do all the movements both sides. So we're going to take this hand and get up in front of the face. Now we're going to bring our foot in on the ball of the foot. Now we're going to raise the knee, if you can. If you can't, just leave it on the floor in a high center step. That still strengthens the standing leg, so it's still doing something useful in improving your strength. And while I'm thinking of it, we're going to do the movement on my t-shirt today. I always try to do the movements on my t-shirts. Today's movement is called fanning to the back or fanning back. And it's basically separating the hands. But we're going to start by crossing our hands. Now we're going to bring our foot in a center step. Now we're going to step out and separate our hands. So this is part of the 24 movement form of the Yang style, which is the most popular form in the world, popular form of Tai Chi. But this is fanning outward, could be striking someone or defending deflecting someone. And the other hand is staying by the ear to protect the ear against a punch. It's called fanning back. Now we're going to do that on the other side because we always do all the movements for both sides. So we start by crossing our wrists. We're going to bring our foot in the center step. We're going to step outward. So it's sort of a lunge. Whenever you lunge, make sure your knee doesn't go out too far because it's a hinge, but it's not like the old tuna cans that are wrapped and wrapped and wrapped. It goes just so far, no farther than the toe. We have now done my t-shirt, so we can continue in class. Our next movement is our last hard balance movement. I just like getting them out of the way. We're going to start by crossing our wrists. We are going to do a heel kick. We're now going to bring our foot in on the ball of the foot. I always do all of our movements in multiple steps so you can gradually learn how to do them. We're now going to raise the knee. Let's do that again, just raising the knee. Now we're going to point the knee where we want to kick. I want to kick over there, so I'm going to bring it up to the side. Now we're going to kick with the heel. It's not much of a kick, but that's all I care about. I want to be able to balance on the back foot while I move the other foot and not fall down. Now we're going to separate the hands. So we raise the knee, kick, and the hands come out, hopefully to get a little bit better balance. I'm going to try this a couple more times. Today doesn't seem to be my balance day. I did really well yesterday in class. Now we're going to do the other side. So we're going to start by crossing the wrists. We're now going to bring the other foot in on the ball of the foot. Now we're going to raise the knee. Now we're going to point the knee. Now we're going to kick with the heel. Now we're going to separate the hands. Okay, I did not fall down, so I'm following my rules. We're now going to sink the chi. We're going to start some corner movements. I want to see my whole room today. So we're going to step out to that corner. We're going to push up and away. This is the Tai Chi movement called push-pull, or usually push the mountain. So what we're doing is we're shifting our weight from the back to the front. But I want to talk a little bit more about the mechanics of doing this. First, as we come forward, the knee bending in the same direction that the foot is pointing. So there's no strain on the knee. We don't have the knee go past the tip of the toes so that we don't over-stress the knee. And when we come back, we turn the torso so that it faces the same direction as the back leg, so that when it bends in the same direction as the toe. I don't usually talk about this, but body mechanics and safety are supposed to be critical in Tai Chi for health, because we're not trying to make anyone sicker. Okay, we've done our push the mountain. We're now going to bring our palms together as we part the clouds. There's a little body turning as we do this, which I don't normally think about, but that is important because that saves the knees. It also connects our movement to our hips, so that our hips are more involved in all of our movement, giving us more body unity. We're now going to bring our back of our hands together as the mama bear gathers her cubs. We're doing a bunch of Qigong. exercises at this point. We're going to do one more, since I know a lot of you like the last one. The next one we're going to do is we're going to be a butterfly. So as we lunge forward, we bring our palms up and look up. And as we come back, our hands come down and we look down, but keep our spine straight. So we come up, inhale if you'd like, come down, exhale. So our hands make the wings of a lovely butterfly. Let's do one more. We're going to sit back in. We're going to now go to the other side and do the same series of movements. First, pushing the mountain, making sure that our knees are bending properly. And now we're going to part the clouds. So we bring our palms together and we swim all the way back as we retreat. Now with all these movements, do them within your comfort zone. So if you want to go a little bit farther, do a little more of a stretch, that's great, but listen to your body. Now the mama bear is going to gather her cubs. So the back of our hands come together and we scoop down as we roll back. Finally, we get our butterfly. Bring our hands up as we look up and down as we look down. Now we're going to sit back. We're going to sink the chi. I think we're going to do some movements toward the clouds. So we're going to start by raising one hand, bringing it over the face, and then bringing it down, and the other hand up. This is the Tai Chi, but it's Tai Chi and Qigong movement, waving hands like clouds. We're now going to add the foot movement, which makes it solely a Tai Chi movement. But first, I want to talk about that body alignment. As we're moving side to side with our hands, I want you to notice that our torso is actually turning. Our hips are turning as we're turning, as the hands are moving. So the hands are basically going up and down, and the body movement is bringing them side to side. In martial art, that gives more force to the deflection that we're giving to someone's punch. Now we're going to add foot movement because we're trying to get away from a fight. We're going to start going in that direction. So we're going to step out as the hand moves. Now we'll bring the other foot in. Now these steps can be as large or as small as you want. I was 2 steps. I said we're taking 2 steps in each direction, so I stopped here. We're going to go back now 4 steps. Undo the first 2 and then do 2 more. But I don't give gold stars for taking big steps or demerits for taking small steps or vice versa. You want to take a step that you're confident of, that you make a weight transfer only after the foot is securely on the ground. And that's that 4th principle of Tai Chi, the conscious weight transfer. Okay, we have waved our hands like clouds. We're now going to do a few other movements here. I talked about the importance of visualizing your movements. I'm going to do an imaginary movement now. We're going to make one hand a hook, have the other hand below as it carries across an invisible lantern. I'm going to switch sides. Now I want you to visualize a firefly. This is a Qigong movement called the firefly and the lantern. And I feel very relaxed when I do this movement. We're now going to go back to the clouds, and we're going to do a Tai Chi movement that starts with this, and we're going to take one hand, we're going to make a hook, and then strike out with the other, turn the palm outward. This is a Tai Chi movement called the single whip. I'm going to add a foot movement to give more strength to our strike. So we're doing the single whip. We're going to do one more, and then we're going to modify it into another Tai Chi movement. We're going to widen our stance, bring this hand up in a big arc, and we're going to squat down only as far as comfortable for you today, and then bring the hand along the ground, perhaps, or maybe at the knee level, as the snake creeps through the grass. This is another movement out of the Yang style 24 form. Now we're going to release the hook, go back to the clouds. We're going to go to the other side now and do the same set of movements. First, the other hand makes a hook. It's called a Tai Chi hook, and then we strike out. Bringing the foot in a center step, we get more force. And we're going to do one more, and then we're going to go to the snake creeping down. So we're going to widen our stance, bring this hand all the way up, and you can go down in the center, you can go down on the side, whatever is comfortable for you. But you can feel your hamstrings stretch a little bit as you do this. That's good. But stay in your comfort zone. Now we're going to release the hook, go back to the clouds. Oh, I lost our music. I like the music. Where were we? We were in the clouds. We just did the single whip. We are going to close our fists as we make storm clouds. And now we're going to do a Tai Chi series of movements. First, we're going to do an elbow strike. Elbow strike. We're going to go to the other side and do an elbow strike. We're going to do the elbow strike, and we're going to open our hands at the end. Elbow strike, open the hand. Elbow strike, open the hand. You can consider this an elbow strike back fist grab. I'm going to go to the other side, do the same thing. Elbow strike, open. So doing things a little bit differently every once in a while is good to create new brain pathways. So you might be familiar with this as release the butterfly. We're going to do that one next. So we're going to grab a butterfly and release the butterfly. Grab the butterfly, release the butterfly. Now we're going to go to the other side. First we release the butterfly, then we grab the butterfly, release the butterfly. I think that's enough of our cloud hands. So we're going to go up a little bit higher. We're going to go up to the moon level. So we're going to hold the moon and switch it to the other side. If we widen our stance while we do that, that's the Qigong movement called Embrace the Moon. We're now going to toss the moon. So we're going to bring our feet in a little bit closer, and we're going to take our top hand away. We're going to toss the moon. Now we're going to take a step out at the same time. So we're going to come in and step out as we do it. We're going to bring the other hand back in, and it becomes a Tai Chi movement called part the wild horse's mane. Again, notice that you're turning your torso as you shift your weight from one leg to the other. And it's when your torso is facing the direction your knee is bending that you apply weight. So keep those knees functioning. We're going to go to the other side. So we're going to hold the ball, hold the moon, take the top hand away. We're going to toss the moon. And now we're going to part the wild horse's mane. Now, if we slow down a bit, I tend to rush things. I've always been that way. But if we slow it down, it gives the opportunity to try to feel the air between your fingers. And that helps making the movement even more mindful. So we have now combed out that wild horse. We're now going to keep that moon, though. We're going to step out to the corner, and we're going to take that moon for an orbit around the Earth. And we're going to reverse direction. Still keeping in mind where your knees are and how they're bending. We're going to come back to the center and go to the other side. Take that moon for an orbit. And reverse direction. And I think we have time for the lady working the shuttle. So we're holding the moon. We're going to bring our foot in a center step, not fall down. We're going to step out to the corner and rotate the moon and push. So we're actually deflecting upward and pushing. It's a Tai Chi movement. So again, as we lunge, we turn our torso toward the direction of the knee bend and the push. That gives us more force. Now we're going to go to the other side, do the same thing. So we step in and then we step out, rotate and push. This time we're going to leave our arms on that side after we push. We're going to bring our opposite foot in, and we're going to do a little bit of a dance. We're going to do a little mini squat as the hands move up and down and in and out. This is my preparation for the brush knee and push, another Tai Chi movement. We're going to step out to the corner, and as we step out, the hands do the same kind of movement. One ends up down by the thigh, the other pushes forward. So it's called brush knee, even though it doesn't touch the knee. It is called push, and you are pushing. So at least it's half logical. It's deflecting down and pushing. Now we're going to leave our arms on the other side, bring our opposite foot in. We're going to do our dance again. Now we're going to step out to the corner, the other corner. Brush knee and push. Now, the most important thing in all of these movements is you stay in your comfort zone so you don't hurt yourself. So if you go to a Tai Chi master learning the Tai Chi forms, they will probably be a lot more of a stickler for the actual form of each and every movement than I am. That's because our purposes are different. One more. Now we're going to come back in. We're going to sync the chi. I think we're ready to do a few more stretching movements. So we're going to take our hands, make big fists, and we're going to turn a wheel. So we're still shifting our weight from side to side. But now you can make this wheel as big or as small as you want. If you want, you can crunch down, bring it all the way up, whatever feels good for you. I'm going to make big ones today because I like the stretching feel, as long as it doesn't hurt. Now we're going to reverse direction, go back. But anything you do that moves is good. Rigidity is the thing we're trying to avoid. Eventually, we're all going to be rigid, but right now, we want to be able to move. Okay, and we're going to sync the chi. The next thing I want to do is catch the sparrow's tail. It's a 4-part movement. I think it's a very pretty movement. So we're going to start by holding the ball. We're going to step out toward the side, and we're going to ward off. So the hand that was at the bottom of the ball is moving parallel to the floor away as we shift our weight. That's warding off. The second part is called pull back. So this hand scoops all the way up shoulder high, and now we arc down toward the floor. I'm going to do that again. Pulling back or yielding. We're yielding to the force of an opponent and redirecting it. Next is press. So we bring our palms together, and as we lunge, we press our palms together. If you look for a martial art application, this is sort of like when you're in very close infighting and you're pressing against an opponent. It's not actually a punch, but it's a press. And finally, we're going to push the mountain. So our hands separate and we push. Now we're going to put those all together to make one movement called catch the sparrow's tail. So we ward off, we pull back, and we press. Then we push. To coordinate the breath, you can inhale as you come back, exhale as you ward off, inhale as you pull back, exhale as you press, inhale as you roll back, to exhale as you push. And we'll do one more time. Ward off, pull back, press, and push. Now we're going to do those same movements on the other side. So we start by warding off. So it's basically pushing someone away from you. There's a lot of pushing, a lot of pulling in Tai Chi. This is just pushing them away. Second, pull back, arcing down toward the floor, letting your opponent's momentum take them down, redirecting them. Next, we press. Do that again. One last time. And finally, we push. So putting those all together, we catch that sparrow's tail. Ward off, pull back, press, and push. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Last time, ward off, pull back, press, and push. Next, we're going to come back in. We're going to sync the chi. We've got time for a few more of our Qigong movements. from the 8 pieces of brocade. We're going to start with the wise owl looks over his shoulder. We start by widening our stance just a little bit. Bring our palms facing forward. Now, as we inhale, the palms face outward and go back, widening our chest, and we turn the head to one side. And we exhale as everything comes forward. Now we go to the other side. So we're expanding our chest area as we bring our shoulder blades together as we turn our head. Again, try to keep in your comfort zone. We know that nobody's head really moves like an owl's head. You can't turn all the way around like that. Now, all of these chest opening movements in medical Qigong are thought to help with the immune system. I don't know how true that is, but that's what traditional Chinese medicine talks about. So now we're going to do 2 more of these movements from the 8 pieces of brocade. We're going to widen our stance even a little more. This is the horse stance, as if you're riding on a horse. And first we're going to do the archer. And this form of the archer, we're going to cross our hands, and we're going to open an imaginary bow and let loose an arrow as we squat. And we're going to come up. So we aim and shoot. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you come down. Shoot. This is sometimes called shoot the golden eagle. We're going to do another movement from that same set. We're going to punch with fierce face. So we're going to do a little more torso turning as we do this punch. We're going to take one hand and punch as the torso turns. Flare our hands and bring him back. Go the other way. Now this is called punch with fierce face. So you can make a fierce face if you'd like. Mine is fierce enough as it is, so I just leave it. To coordinate the breath, you exhale as you punch, you inhale as you pull back. Let's do one more punch. Now we're going to bring our feet back shoulder width apart. We're going to bring our hands up to the waist. We're going to do our centering exercise. We're going to inhale and have the hands rise all the way up top. Exhale as they slowly, slowly come down. Again, trying to breathe from the diaphragm. Inhale and exhale. Trying to focus just on the moment, just on being here right now in the present. Let's do one more. Now we're going to bring our feet closer together, as close as comfortable for you. Bring our hands to our lower abdomen. We're going to check our breathing. Is the belly still expanding as we inhale? Getting a little smaller as we exhale. If you'd like, you can close your eyes and imagine yourself a bamboo tree in a gentle breeze. When I looked out the window today, it looked like the wind was not quite gentle, but imagine the gentle breeze. Use your visualization skills. Feel your weight shift on your feet. Use this time to ask your body, how is it feeling? Do you have any new aches and pains or fewer aches and pains? Did the movement help soothe your body? Do you feel warmer? Do you feel colder? Just see how you're feeling right now. And we're going to open our eyes. We're going to take a big breath. So thank you for participating in that Tai Chi Qigong flow. We're going to do a few cool down exercises. They help delineate in the class and out of the class. That's all they're there for. So we're going to start with my favorite, which is spinal cord breathing with a crunch. So we're going to bring our shoulder blades together and arch our back as we inhale, if you can, from the belly. And now we're going to come forward, curling the back, bringing the elbows together, and doing a crunch. So you can do a breathe out loud as you tighten your pelvic muscles. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's do one more. And the last three cool down exercises are from Dr. Paul Lamb and the Tai Chi for Health Institute. The first is tapping the thighs. We've done a lot of squatting and leg exercises. So this gets the blood circulating. I like the tapping everywhere, so I do it everywhere. I need more blood in my head. That's what I need. His second cool down exercise is a modification of progressive relaxation. So we're going to tense all the muscles that we can without pain as we inhale, and then relax all the muscles as we exhale. So here we go. We're going to inhale and tense. Exhale, relax. Inhale and tense. Exhale, relax. One last time. Inhale and tense. Exhale, relax. And his final cool down exercise is our big breath. We're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last time. Inhale and exhale. So again, thank you all for participating. I'm going to stop the recording, and feel free to unmute yourselves and ask any questions, make any comments.